Thank you guys, appreciate that. Does the stream look blurry to you? I kind of feel like it's blurry. I put a lens on my iPhone to make it wider. Looks a little weird. Yeah, maybe it's just the browser. I watch my stream in the TikTok browser. So maybe it's just that, hopefully, but thank you. Morning, Bree, what's up? What do we got, Matthew? I don't know. A storage container? Just like a big round silo, it looks like to me. It just shows up as storage, I don't know. Sometimes they call these a silo. I think I was supposed to go out the other way. We'll find out, I guess. First violation, it's at the keep right.
Go straight.
Morning, Monkey, what's up? I keep missing this top gear every time. I think I'm shifting quick enough.
Turn left.
Yeah, Alex, I never tried the double clutching. I went with floating instead. I'm not a trucker in real life, so truckers used to hop in here, give me some advice. Some would say double clutch, others would say float. So I try to float. And usually I just float up. I'm not good at floating down. But I adjusted the tension in my shifter once I put this new shift knob on. And I just don't think I make it from 6 to first quick enough. Yeah, Kevin and horses, is it? It's always been a debate with truckers. What's right, what's wrong. I just pick the easier option.
Turn right.
A lot of traffic. That's what I tried, user 30. So I kind of, I'll try to float down and I'll tap the throttle. I just feel like I hit it a bit too much. It's one of those things you need to build up muscle memory for, and I just never put the effort into it. See, so if you look now, we're... See? Didn't go in. Now it goes in. Send it. Can't go too crazy. There's not much to send. Got 41,000 pounds. Hit top speed. I'll try. I need enough open road to do that, but I've got a Detroit diesel 60 series. So with that and the 40,000 power, are we getting off here? What's the deal? Oh shoot, missed my exit. I thought we were gonna take this one. Whoops. Yeah, so it looks like if I give it enough throttle to downshift, it works. So that's good. So yeah, thank you for that. That's exactly the point. It's a trucking simulator. So you buy your own trucks, your own trailers. You can use company trucks or trailers. You pick up and deliver. You have to do it within a certain amount of time. You get paid for those deliveries. You can hire truckers in the game. You can convoy with people. So it basically just emulates trucking. Missed it that time twice. So the locations, all the map, they are real, just the scale is not real. Scale is 1 to 20. So for every 20 miles in the real world, you get 1 mile mapped in the game. I do think there are some DLCs, some third-party maps, that are true to scale 1 to 1. I'm just not sure what they are. Noah, can I explain the gears? Yes, give me a second. It's hard for me to read the chat with all this merging on and off. So I just keep it simple. I have the Fanatec shifter, which is a H pattern 6, and I have this shift knob on here from ATS Accessories. It's got a splitter and range on there. I don't use the Eaton Fuller 10, 13, 15, or 18. I just have an 18 gear in this, and I just keep it simple. So I do the first 6, I hit the splitter, and then the second 6, I hit the range, and that gives me my third 6. So basically 1 through 6, once I hit the splitter, 1 becomes 7. Once I hit the range, 1 becomes 13. And I do that again just to keep it simple. It's immersive. I don't think it's the right way to shift, but it's good enough. It's not a duck, it's a chicken. And yes, I do, Noah. So I'm running John Ruta's W900 Highway Killer. Sometimes I use the Peterbilt 362 cab over or his Freight Shaker. And all my sounds come from Z-Mods. So Detroit Diesel 60 series engine. All the interior sound packs, whether it be Freightliner, Peterbilt, Kenworth. Plus the any other sound packs they have. Rattle and Noise, I think one is called. Oh, shoot. Yeah, so it looks like that downshifting, floating down is working as long as I give it enough throttle for the RPMs. It just sounds wrong to me. I feel like I'm revving it too much, but I don't know, I guess it works. Carson, my setup was a little expensive. I have a lot of higher end gear. I have a lot of gear that you don't need, that I don't need, people wouldn't need. So if you bought everything today, a little under 24,000, I do have a video up on TikTok with all the parts and all the pricing. But like I always say, you can build one for a lot less. I built this for iRacing. Just give me a second, chat. We gotta stop at this scale right here. Could get into real CDL school for way less. Yeah, I mean, it's a hobby. It's a video game, you know what I mean? No different than people that play Warzone, but they don't want to join the military. $76,256. Listen, relative to some other hobbies, I would say it's somewhat inexpensive. I mean, my brother-in-law's into cameras and lenses, you know, spending $5,000 a lens. I used to be into reef tanks. It was a lot more expensive than this. And a lot of this stuff would, you know, if I ever resold it, I would get good money back for it. So I wouldn't call it an investment, but it's yeah, like a rentable hobby. Outside of the truck, give me a second, let me cycle through the cameras. There you go, how's that? I do not, Carson. So what I have is a traditional racing simulator. It's a racing chassis by SimLab. It's called the P1X. And my seat is a Sparco Evo QRT. And Freedom, the button box, is from a company called Sim Panel. Same company that makes the Eaton Fuller shifter, which I used to have, their shift knob, but it broke, so I switched to ATS accessories. How much is ATS on Steam? I don't know. I think it's 20 bucks for the base game, which comes with maybe 3 or 4 states. But if you can bundle it and get everything for less, I would say just go for it up front. Especially if you're gonna save, 40, 50%, because you're gonna want the content eventually. Those first few states go pretty quick. What gear do I start out from? A stop first? Unless I'm bobtailing, then I might start out in third. Or even if I'm bobtailing, I would start in first, but then jump to third. And I even sometimes do that, regardless of the weight behind me. I'll just go first to third. And then from there on out, gear by gear. Just depends if I'm feeling lazy or not. And yes, we do have a Jake brake right here. I can increase, decrease. See, that's not working, floating down. So it looks like closer to like 1800, 2000 RPMs to float down. And some of these shift knobs have what's called an easy Jake, which is a button on the shift knob that you just press and hold. And it'll engage the Jake brake at 100%. Oh, running out of fuel. But ATS accessories, they use something on here called an easy Jake, and they were out of stock. So that was a no-go, so I just used the knob on my button box. Yeah, see, I keep missing, floating down. No, I don't know about that, Viral. I mean, whoops, give me a second, I'm not moving. So I started, iRacing is what I primarily use this for. I got into ATS about, I don't know, a year after I built this, maybe a little bit less. I still hop in a set of courses sometimes just to mess around, but my sims of choice would be ATS for sure, and Microsoft Flight Simulator. You can see my flight control joystick here. I have the Thrustmaster Warthog. I'll put my seat mover on for Microsoft Flight Sim, and I just hop in the Top Gun DLC and just mess around. Alright, so hopefully we'll make it without running out of fuel, and we'll stop after. Alright, so we are pretty much at our first destination here. So TikTok, if you could, I'd appreciate some likes and shares. Definitely helps out sometimes with the stream. And just keep in mind, I can't really read the chat as I'm backing these in, so I'm not ignoring anybody. I'll try to catch up once this is dropped off. Oh shit, what I hit? Whoops, I hit the train, the gate. I might have to back all the way out of here. I didn't come in here wide enough at all. Oh, what'd you say, Ryland? Bit not real? Yeah. It's a game. Alright, how am I doing this? I think I need to turn around. Would you say, Swag? 45 years old, still playing video games? Not quite 45. But tell me, what do you think I should be doing? Like right now, Saturday morning, right? As a hobby, what should I be doing? What would you like me to do? Should I be recovering from being hungover and drinking all night? Should I be... I mean, tell me. Give me an idea. I'll write them down and take them into consideration for next weekend. Trailers are my least favorite to back in. Should be good though. Yeah, that's the other funny thing too. What's your name, brah? That people that criticize for that are essentially doing the same thing I am. Oh no, what did I do? I went the wrong way. Whoops. I have that FOV mod for the mirrors, but I don't know. I don't think it works that great. Oh, we're green. Crooked, but green. Good enough. Alright, let me see if we have any other jobs out of here. If not, we'll go somewhere else. How do I see behind me? My first and third displays. That's what my side. Alright, first thing, so this is an hour away to get to this lot. So that's about 5 minutes real world. I just have to stop for fuel at some point. Otherwise, we'll be emergency refueling. So if I missed any questions, feel free to ask again. I can't really catch up on the back chat. I can't scroll up. Country, this is PC. This game is for PC only. Unfortunately, they do not make this for console.
Turn right.
Do I have more respect for truckers after playing this game? Not necessarily. I think I've always had respect for them. So I used to work in the airport when I was younger. I myself drove a box truck, and I used to deal with a lot of truckers. I mean, guys, that we were in perishables, so we used to pick up and deliver flowers wholesale from Netherlands, Colombia, Israel, you know, all over the place. And truckers used to come from all over to get that stuff, wait at the airport for hours upon hours, drive for weeks on end. So yeah, I mean, I think it's you have to be built for it because, you know, you're away from your family for long periods of time. My steering wheel is all Fanatec except for the wooden rim. So Fanatec Podium DD2, Fanatec Club Sport V2, and then the rim Amazon for an extra $100. 70mm bolt pattern, and this is all linked up in my link tree. And there's like 10 different styles of this rim on Amazon. Give me 1 second. I'll try to get I'm gonna go around these people. What do you mean by dash? If you're referring to the button box, that is from a company called Sim Panel. Shifter is from Fanatec. Shift knob is from ATSaccessories.com. Chassis SimLab, pedals Husenfeld. So I just can't get this floating. Maybe that's too high of a gear. Where it's not going to fall. Give me 1 second, chat. I'm sorry. Got a cup holder back here. It's just a little awkward to reach. Great day in. They should go drive one. They pay you to drive one in real life. Yeah, they do. I know. You get paid to do a lot of different things. What do you mean, Corey, that you didn't know ATS?
Right. After 50 yards, turn left.
You didn't know what? They had so much map content? I think Oklahoma is next. So Montana came, then Texas came, and I'm pretty sure it's Oklahoma that's up next. But there's mods too. I mean, I don't like Coast to Coast because the map detail's not great, but there's paid map mods like Alaska mod, which is pretty cool. There's Reforma Mexico, there's Canada, and I'm pretty sure that Euro Truck Simulator has even more. Sorry, just paying attention to the road here. Even more map content available. From what I understand, I don't know. I think the only downside is ATS graphically is a little bit better. From what I've heard. True or not, you know, who knows. Yeah, Corey, if you don't mind and you order the button box, you can get it from Amazon. And if you use the link on my link tree, I'll make like 12 cents commission. But that's all good. Order wherever you feel comfortable. But I'm pretty sure from Amazon, it is shipped by SimPanel directly. The only reason I prefer Amazon, just easier to deal with. If you had to return it, right back to Amazon, you don't have to deal with SimPanel. Alright, we're in bad shape as far as fuel. I haven't seen any place to get fuel yet. So Steve, if you bought everything that I have today, today's pricing, a little under $24,000. That's everything. That's including my computer, displays, everything. I spent probably closer to 30. Prices were higher when I bought things. But like I said before, you know, don't focus on that number. I'll just give you, hang on a second, let me turn here. Just a few quick examples. So I have a Next Level Racing V3 motion platform seat mover. Those are close to $4,000 with tax. Don't need it. So you can take that right off there. I have a Sparco Evo QRT seat, which is about $900, I think, on Amazon. Don't need it. You can buy a $200 seat. So that's just 2 items. My pedals, Hussenfeld, Sim Ultimate Plus, I think they're called. Those go for about $1,400. I used to have the Fanatec V3s, which were about $400. Those were perfect. Nothing wrong with them. Homepage has what you want. What is that? Let me guess. I don't know if you could hear that rev limiter too. Gotta tighten this shift knob. See, so you hit the rev limiter going up, but if you downshift into too low of a gear, it goes right in that gear. That's what that sound was with the Jake on. So I don't know if that's a glitch in the game. Brian, what shift pattern am I using? Very basic. I just use what's called in the game range plus splitter. So 1 through 6, I hit the splitter. The next 6, I hit the range. Last 6. I don't use Eaton Fuller or anything. I just haven't put any time into it. RL, can I use a clutch on the floor? Yeah, I have one. See, I don't know if you can see the 3 pedals down there. You can see the force feedback when you're driving on the dirt road. Alright, so I'm definitely going to run out of fuel any moment. let's get this trailer attached. This job is pretty quick. It looked like it was an hour and a half game time. Take about 5-10 minutes real world. So TikTok, if you could, I'd appreciate some likes and shares. I try not to ask all that much. I do ask when I load and unload though. And just give me a second to get back to the chat. I don't think I'm straight enough, but let's see. Oh, we're good. When am I playing Flight Simulator? It's a good question. I keep meaning to do that. I just haven't been streaming much lately, and if I'm not streaming, I'm not playing. Yesterday, I think, was my first stream in about 2 weeks. Just been busy in the house, painting, doing stuff. You know what I'll do? I mean, I'm definitely going to stream tomorrow morning. Same time, around 6 a.m. Eastern. So I'll take a break from this tomorrow morning and I'll stream Flight Simulator. So there you go, answer tomorrow morning. And if it's, you know, people request trucking, then I'll just quickly hop out of that and get into trucking. Spencer, I do. I actually just turned that setting on a few weeks ago, which of course makes it more difficult to get the trailers attached. Most of the time when I hit them, it tells me to try to adjust my suspension, which I can't do because I don't have those buttons mapped. I keep forgetting to do that. So I think the workaround that I found is that I just pull away from it, back into it, and do that like 2 or 3 times, and it eventually works. But for some reason just now I managed to just get it after the first shot, but that normally doesn't happen with the advanced setting enabled. Why not become a real trucker and switch gears in real life like the most of us? Because it's a video game, Joshua, that's why. Have you ever gone bowling before? To a bowling alley? Played golf? Any hobby at all? Ever played baseball? My point is that it's just a hobby, so I don't want to do all those things professionally. So I'm a software developer by trade, that's my profession. I would not play software developer or simulator. Uh-oh, this is not gonna go good. I feel like these... Switch, went to the wrong gear. You didn't mean it with any disrespect. Yeah, I hear you. I didn't mean my response with any disrespect. So of course, you know, listen, most people when they ask that, they're hating. So my responses are generally geared towards that. So yeah, it's hard to tell in comments, you know, what the tone of the message is. But yeah, like I said, that's all, man. It's just a hobby. I do have a clutch. I don't know if you can see the 3 pedals down there, and I do use it generally to take off, to downshift, and as far as upshifting, I try my best to float up, and I don't use the clutch for that. So that's why you might not see me using it that frequently. I still have not seen anywhere to get fuel. I see rest stops. Up, fuel coming up. Some laws here and just do it this way. Spencer, yours won't shift unless you use the clutch. Go into your settings for that. You can change that in the, is it the option settings or gameplay? One of the settings where you set up the shifter and the gears. You'll see it down there somewhere. Give me a second, I'll show you. It'll just take a second. Sorry, chat. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to show... So it's under controls, and I don't know, maybe just screenshot this real quick. Transmission H, blah, blah, blah. What else? Somewhere down here. So I have it on range, advanced, clutch or throttle, shift or toggle user switch mode. One of those, I guess. Frank Martin, LOL grown man. Oh my gosh. Another one. Sorry I share a name with you. My experience, Franks are usually pretty cool people. Yeah, so Brian said you have to change from basic to advanced. So maybe that's what it was in my settings, the fact that it's under advanced. Christian, how much for a decent setup? I mean, listen, you can get by with a Next Level Racing GT Challenger cockpit for about $350. Logitech wheel and pedal set for about $350. If you want a better wheel and pedal set, you can get the Fanatec DD, I think it's called. They're smaller direct drive. Combo with the pedals for what, maybe $700-800? So you're looking at about $600-700 to about $12, give or take, for a very good setup. And listen, there's nothing wrong with a Logitech wheel and pedal set. The only time that might become a problem is if you come from something like this and switch to something like that. Of course you're going to feel the difference. But if the very first thing you use is that, you're going to enjoy it, and it's going to make all these games you play, that car's going to hit me. Immersive. And just remember too, all this gear for American Truck Simulator is overkill. I bought and built this for iRacing. If I started this off for ATS and that was my only game to play, I wouldn't have bought all this gear. I would have bought different gear. And yes, Fitty150, that's right. I mean, there's a lot of gamers, young and old. I mean, Sheriff is out there gaming. Retired cop. Had some heart issues. He retired. He became a gamer. And he's been doing it ever since. He's just one example. I mean... Alright, 40 minutes game time to go for this one. I'll see if there's one more job to take. Some of you want to see a wreck. Let me get this dropped off, and then I'll wreck. It's nothing that exciting. It really depends on if you're lucky enough, you know, the way you hit the other vehicles. Sometimes it's pretty boring. You'll hit something and it's kind of like a dead stop, like you hit a brick wall. Other times, you know, the cars will fly around. But there's nothing exciting as far as damage. There's no damage model in this game. So no explosions, no car fires. The only damage you see in this game are when there's accidents that are plotted already. But you don't see it happen in real time. It is a Kenworth W900. With the Z-Mods DD60 for an engine. And Spencer, I mean, I don't have a ton of paid mods, but all my trucks are paid. I have all of John Rutter's trucks. I bought the American Dream bundle and the pickup truck. I have all his mods for ETS, and I pretty much have every single mod from Z-Mods, all the engines, all the bundles, everything. I have some map mods like Alaska.
Turn left.
Why are we... Oh, it's a stop sign. I have a lot of workshop mods, real company signs, you know, that sort of stuff. I know there's a lot of people, it's a pretty big thing, that are completely against paid mods. They get really upset by it. If you go on Reddit and look it up. I'm not sure why they get so pressed about it, but they feel that modding should be a free thing. But I don't know, these developers are putting a ton of time into all this. I feel like I don't see why they shouldn't get compensated. That's just me, I don't know. We have arrived. Gotta move my cup holder. Yeah, Kathy loves, can you DM me for help? So the best thing to do, I don't see messages on TikTok. Go to my link tree, join my Discord, which is free of course, and just message me from there. I'm happy to help. I don't ask people for money. I don't want no money for anything. Just tell me what you want, what you have, what your budget is, and I'll give you a few different options. Absolutely no reason. I know there's some other streamers on TikTok. They're trying to like build you dashboards and whatnot to sell. Don't even consider that. There's absolutely no need for that. All this stuff is plug and play. It's all very easy to build. I mean, if you can put together a piece of IKEA furniture, you can put this together. I mean, it actually is that simple. Where is this going? Down here somewhere? All right, chat, give me a second. I've got to get this backed in. Remember, I can't really read the chat as I'm doing that. And TikTok, if you could, I'd appreciate some likes and shares as I'm getting this backed in. Oh, this one looks somewhat easy with the exception of this. So you see what they do here? They try to make it a little bit more complicated, I guess. So they put that tractor in front of the spot. So, let me line myself up a little bit better, I think. Just making 32 an hour. What do you mean by that, Gabriel? As a trucker? I mean, nonetheless, either way, I don't do this for money. Again, just a hobby, just doing it for fun. I'm not a full-time streamer. Wouldn't be against it, but it's a lot of work. It's not as easy as people think it is. I don't know if I'm far enough over. Oh, we're good. Crooked and not lined up, but they accepted it, so good enough. All right, let me grab one more job. On the way to that job, I will wreck for you all. Keep in mind, if I do wreck and I fully damage the truck, we just have to stop for service to get this. Let's go bobtail over, get this one, and we'll wreck on the way. Bro, what is your actual car? A Kia Sorento and a E350. I used to be more into cars. I had an SRT8 from pretty much when they came out. 06 Magnum SRT8. That got hit by a freight train. Then a Charger Super B SRT8. And then eventually a Daytona SRT8, which I regretfully got rid of last year during the big car shortages. I had a lot of equity in the car, so I took it. But that was foolish because it's very hard to get your hands on one of those now. Unless you want to pay $30,000-$40,000 over MSRP, which is completely ridiculous. Alright, so my screen might get a little shaky. It's always best when I wreck. First person is not ideal. So let me see what we can hit up here. But anyhow, the screen might get shaky because I have the mouse on the rig. So it just bounces around a little bit. What's up, Bambi? Thank you for that. I appreciate it. What can we hit? We don't want to hit a truck. Here, let's go head on right here with this guy. With this one. Alright, that one was decent. So let's see what we have for damage. Only 9%. So we can probably continue to move. Yeah, we can. We're still running. Give me a second. Unlock the differential maybe to get out of this mess. I think we're stuck. Strange, I can pull up, but I can't reverse. Where's the diff? Oh, there we go. One second, chat. I'm trying to get out of this without towing a service, but it looks like we might have no choice. Let me turn around. I might as well wreck one more time before we go in for service, just to finish the truck off. Just go forward. I couldn't. There's a little fence right there that was preventing me from going forward. All right, let's go. Yeah, Bambi, I was hitting it. I kept turning it on and off. It eventually worked. I guess it works in reverse too, the diff lock. All right, here we go. Let's go head on again. Good. That one was pretty good.
Keep left. After 50 yards, turn left. Turn left. Turn left.
All right, we should be good for one more. We're still running.
Keep right.
Where's the trailer? We are on our way to get it. Let me see. Oh, right. I shouldn't have did that. I thought I could hop over these tracks, but I guess not. Alright, chat, that's it. Let me tow to service. Just give me 1 minute. I don't know if you can get hit by a train, Clay. I've never tried that before. It's a lot of fun, Bambi. Now let's see if this job is still active. Might not be. Yeah, I used to mess around with GTA. I'd play 5M a lot in here. I couldn't use wheel and pedals, unfortunately. We could add it as lot. And that's pretty much all I would do in there. I used to go into, what the heck was it called? One of the most popular servers that comes up on the top of 5M. But I would just load up all the weapons, get a tank, blow stuff up. Am I stuck in this lot? Alright, I'm gonna save a little time right now. There you go. It's a little cheat. Fly around, get to where you have to go quicker. Alright, let's get hooked up real quick. Dalton, what kind of displays am I using? I have 3 BenQ 32-inch at 1440, and I'm running NVIDIA Surround for the triples. And then my 4th display up top is a Samsung Odyssey G5 34-inch curved, also at 1440. I used to run, before I had triples, a ultra-wide. At the time, I didn't have the 1440 ultra-wide, I had the 1080p. So if I recommended an ultra-wide, I would say it's fine, but definitely a 1440, not 1080. And now these days, they have the new ultra-wides that are not 49 inches, they're what, 46? But you gain a lot of height on the displays. I think you gain about 4 inches, so if I had to go for an ultra-wide today, I would look into those. Problem is, you know, new technology, they're a little expensive. But that would be a pretty cool triple setup, running those things. What time is it? 8 o'clock. What happened? They are, Dalton. Yep, they're, I guess, you know, technically they're considered gaming displays. I went with BenQ at the time because when I was first getting into this, I didn't know too much about the hobby, gaming, you know, PCs, all that sort of stuff. And SimLab, the company where I bought my chassis from, they actually sold these displays. So I figured if they're selling them, they must be good for the hobby. I didn't buy from them, I bought them from Amazon. But the idea, you know, and reasoning came from them. But there's so many more options now compared to a couple years ago. Alright, so this job is 3 hours, 22 minutes game time. Should take about 15-20 minutes real world. And that'll be it for today. I'll be back tomorrow morning. I'll be on Flight Sim. And we'll see how that goes before I switch to trucking. KP, what wheel? So everything wheel is Fanatec. Fanatec Podium DD2, Fanatec Club Sport V2. The wooden rim is from Amazon. Button box from SimPanel. Shifter from ATS Accessories. pedals from Hussenfeld, chassis from SimLab. So Dalton, you know, the tricky thing is, when I had the ultra wide, I was able to also have VR on this rig because I had the ports. With the triples and the fourth now, I'm using up all my ports and cannot run VR on here. So I have it set up on my other rig. I don't love VR. I didn't like it for iRacing. I couldn't wear the goggles for that long. But if I did have it on here, I'd use it periodically just to experience it sometimes. Alright, so I'm gonna be a bit aggressive in this drive. Probably run some red lights, drive a little fast. It's got some stuff to do. It's getting a little late for me. So I want to get this dropped off a little quicker than usual. Still in the garage, living room, this truck stay. Are you asking where I have my sim set up? We have a spare room in the house, which we now call the game room, so it's in here. I've been thinking about moving it down into my office. I feel like if it was in there, I would use it more. I'm just not sure yet if I want to do that. I don't know if I want to game in the same place I work. I feel like I might get, when I don't feel like being in that room because of work, I don't know if this is going to be as enjoyable. Danny says I'm doing this because I can't drive a real truck. Yeah, I don't know about that, Danny. I'm not going to agree or disagree. I think anybody that drives car, you know, driven box trucks before, I think the assumption would always be that you could drive any vehicle for the most part. Driving it well or not is a different story. But I certainly think I could hop in a truck like this and get it moving. What do you truckers do with your Jake? Do you leave the Jake on all the time? It's like right now I have it on, enabled, and if I release the throttle, it kicks on automatically. Is that a proper way to use it? Steep grade only. So the only time you keep it on all the time is steep grade only. And I see a lot of questions about the cost of the rig. Like I mentioned before, if you bought all of this today, today's pricing a little under $24,000. If you go on my TikTok page, maybe about 5 or 10 videos ago, I have all the parts and all the prices listed as of that day, all broken down by vendor and category. any other questions, you can always join my Discord. It's all free, of course. Happy to help. You only use the Jake with freight? I don't know. Listen, if I had a truck, I'd be using the Jake brake all the time. Residential areas. Sometimes I go into the rest areas in the game with the Jake brake and truckers get mad at me. As if I'm waking up virtual people. I gotta get a screenshot for YouTube before I forget. Gotta find a cool spot for that. Danny, what? You get a ticket for using the Jake in a residential area? Makes sense, I guess. Crash on purpose. I'm sorry, Mike. We did some crashing before. If you want to see some crashing, just go on my TikTok profile. I've got some videos up there of some somewhat decent wrecks. Alright, we're making good time. Hour game time left. We should be there in about 5 minutes. And it looks like we're getting off here. Alright, the floating down is going pretty good so far. Definitely think I need to ease up on the throttle a bit and not rev so high. I mean, is it more of a feathering the throttle or like a blip of the throttle? So when you're downshifting, should you blip the throttle quickly and then downshift? Or is it more of a feather and downshift as you're doing that? Like I said, I feel like it's just too high of a RPM. And TikTok, if you could, getting ready to finish up the stream in a few. I'd appreciate some likes and shares. And remember, I will be back tomorrow morning, no later than 6 a.m. Eastern. Mark, thank you. I appreciate that. I think I float up pretty good. It's just the down that is going to require a bit more practice. It's not even so much practice. It's more just a muscle memory kind of thing. See, like I just used the clutch right there to downshift. Just habit.
50 yards, turn right.
Oh, In-N-Out Burger. That's a good place for a screenshot. Chat, give me a second. I'm going to pull up when I make this turn. I just need a few screenshots for my YouTube upload. Oop, red light. Where's that In-N-Out sign? Well, that's messed up. Where'd that sign go? We just had an In-N-Out sign. It's behind me. Wonder... What should I do? I want to get that sign in my screenshot somehow. Alright, we're gonna go curb surfing. Why couldn't we go over the curb? What happened? guess I have to go into the lot like a normal person. Oh, I see, it's blocked off. Alright, you know what? We'll use McDonald's instead.
Turn left.
Alright, chat, give me a second. Let me just grab these screenshots quick. How do I get rid of the map? What's up, Mark? How you doing? Good morning. What's up, Josh? Benjamin, thank you for that gift. I can't see what it is. Either way, I appreciate it. All right, let's go. No, don't hit me. Do I play with Rish? What does that mean? I don't know what that means. And the OG? No. I'm not in a convoy. I'm just solo. Oh, I just missed all those gears. And Austin, is this the only game I play? I'd say about 90% this, 10% Microsoft Flight Sim. I haven't played iRacing in a good, I don't know, 6 months at this point.
Turn right.
One day, time permitting, I'll get back into iRacing. Just, it's a commitment, those racing sims, believe it or not. So I have to make sure that once I start it again, you know, I'm ready to go. Oh, shit. That sucked. Whoops. Jerry, why don't I get a job doing it, get paid for it? I don't know, it's a good question. I'll consider it. Rodeo, why is it a commitment? Something like iRacing? Because it's not a traditional arcade-style video game. You know, it's true sim racing, esports. So if you want to do good at it, and you want to become a good racer, a lot of practice involved. I mean, even the races themselves, you know, practice, qualifying, the race, then the frustration of wrecking early on, then you're out of the race, all that time wasted. So there's a lot to it. But listen, it also depends on the person, right? Some people deal with stress better than others. But if you go on YouTube, excuse me, sorry, and watch some sim racers like Boosted Media or Dave Cam, a lot of these guys wear heart rate monitors that actually integrate into the sim. And there's a reason for that. Just to show, you know, your heart rate during the game and how it increases. Alright, so surprisingly with that damage, Looks like we're about 20% damaged. We're still good. So I'm not even going to get repaired right now. Just leave it be. Rodeo, so without... If you just want to mess around and race, iRacing wouldn't be for that because it's expensive. You have a monthly fee, you got to pay for cars, got to pay for tracks. So if you just wanted a free roam race, I would say Assetto Corsa. As far as a sim goes, if you wanted more arcade style racing, then I would say, what, Horizon 4, Horizon 5? I'm no expert in that field though, so I'm only recommending games that I've played before. Shoot, am I gonna fit in here? Yeah. Alright, where is this going? I think I should go around. Alright, chat, give me a second. Like I said, hard for me to read the chat as I'm backing these in and I'm stuck. What am I stuck on, the scale? And TikTok, if you could, I'd appreciate some likes and shares. I'm going to get this dropped off. Once it's dropped off, I'll shut everything down and I'll pull the camera back for TikTok so you can see the full rig. No, don't get stuck. This one seems pretty straightforward, but we'll see. So my steering wheel is from Fanatec. I have the Club Sport V2, and the wooden rim is separate. That I bought on Amazon. It's linked up in my link tree, and it was an extra $100, and it's a 70mm bolt pattern. So regardless of the steering wheel that you have, Fanatec, a different brand, as long as you can mount a new rim, this one should work. And if not, they sell adapters to go from 70mm to whatever it is that you need. I always do that. I always turn too late. Should turn a little bit sooner when I'm backing in to straighten the trailer back out. All right, we're good. All right, TikTok, give me a second. Let me shut everything down and I'll pull the camera back. I just have to get a few things situated here.